done Facebook Live for a bit, so getting used to a new computer as well. But today I thought I'd do a relaxed experience with you. As you know, my life right now is focused on mostly understanding how we can all wake up to our true self. How can we all wake up to our true self? So please post your comments here, and I'll be happy to address them at the end of my talk. But as I said, in my stage of life right now, the most important thing for me is helping people to wake up to fundamental reality. And I think if we do, enough of us, then we'll definitely experience a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. So today I was actually going over some of my notes in this little book that I have. And somewhere a while ago, I had written down 45 aphorisms to unveil reality and to experience the true self. As you know, one of my favorite quotes is from Wittgenstein, who said, "Our life is a dream. We are asleep, but once in a while we wake up enough to know that we are dreaming." And the Buddha said the same thing. This lifetime of ours is transient as autumn clouds. To watch the birth and death of beings is like looking at the movements of a dance. Is like looking at the movements of a dance. My lifetime goes by like a flash of lightning in the sky, rushing by, like a torrent down a steep mountain. And so as I look back over my life, I definitely know it's a dream. Even a moment ago is a dream, but childhood is gone, teenage years are gone, all the exuberance and excitement of youth is still there, but with a shade of wisdom, I hope. And my body feels good. My body feels good. I have a joyful, energetic body. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's 10 out of 10. I experience a loving, compassionate heart, a clear mind, and more lightness of being. And so let me read to you my 45 aphorisms, if you want me to. I hope you do. Yes. Why? Why is Deepak skinny? Is he fasting? No, I'm consciously losing weight to be always 10 out of 10, joyful and energetic. Okay, so my 45 aphorisms, and some will need some explanation and some maybe won't. 1. To be elegant and gracious in giving is one way to commit. I'll repeat that. To be elegant and gracious in giving is one way to connect to the source of existence. So what is the source of existence? It is pure consciousness, and it recycles itself through what we call giving and receiving. The more you give, the more you shall receive. In fact, whatever you want, give more of it to the world. If you want more love, give love. If you want more peace, be peaceful. Expand the peace. If you want more success, make somebody else successful. If you want to make more money, help others make money. That's the secret of abundance. So, aphorism number 2, to know without thinking is the highest intelligence. To know without thinking is the highest intelligence. By the way, somebody can make a list of these aphorisms, maybe, and post them right here. Aurora, I don't know if she's here, but she's amazing at doing this. So Aurora Carlson, if you're there, I don't know what time is it in Sweden, but if you're watching this, maybe you can make a list of these aphorisms. Number 2, I just read that. To know without thinking is the highest intelligence. So what is that called? It's called pure knowing. It's pure intuition. Knowing context, meaning, relationship, story, archetypes without thinking. Just in being. Because in being is the totality of all the knowledge and the wisdom of the universal mind. So that's aphorism number 2. Shall I go on? Aphorism number 3. Our everyday reality is the projection of the collective fragmented mind that gives rise to a world that is conflicted, compulsive, fearful, sometimes very narcissistic, petty, self-absorbed, envious, and full of anxiety. That's what we are projecting right now. That has given rise to eco-destruction, mechanized death, the extinction of species, poison in the food chain, and just what I would call an insane society. To adjust to an insane society is not a measure of our sanity. So let's be a majority, even if we are a majority of 1%. And recognize that everything which we call body and the world is a projection of the fragmented mind, of the conditioned mind. The conditioning goes back thousands of years, ever since humans started telling stories and creating constructs. And so our everyday reality is not fundamental. As I said, it's a dreamlike illusion. Only the whole mind can make us holy and healed. Aphorism number 4. Aphorism number 4. Diverse frequency domains of consciousness project modes of perception that allow access to diverse worlds. Hope you're getting that. Diverse frequency domains of consciousness project modes of perception that allow access to diverse worlds. So we know even everyday experience, if you're anxious, your world becomes anxious. If you're peaceful, your world becomes peaceful. If you're abundant, your world becomes abundant. But there are many other modes of awareness. Beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping, we have modes of awareness that access the soul consciousness, modes of awareness called cosmic consciousness, modes of awareness called divine consciousness, modes of awareness called unity consciousness, Brahman consciousness. All of these modes have access to different lokas. Lokas means locations in space-time, but these locations in space-time are frequency domains of our consciousness. So we can do a whole workshop just on that. Diverse domains of consciousness project modes of perception that allow access to diverse worlds or lokas. We live in a multidimensional universe. Number 5, to step into the unknown without anticipation or expectations. To step into the unknown without expectations or anticipation is lightness of being. These are notes from a while ago, but I'm making them public now so we can make a list, and then maybe each of these can be a workshop, if you like. Okay. So number 5, to step into the unknown without anticipation or expectation is lightness of being, which means being present. No anticipation, no regret, no resistance, just the presence of being in this moment allows you to stop, pause, breathe, smile, and choose. And that's how we create the experience of everyday reality, including the world we want to be in. Number 6, other worlds and lokas and universes are other worlds of perception, because perception is interpretation of experience, and experience is quality of awareness, qualia, sensations, images, feelings, thoughts, perceptions. So other worlds, lokas, and universes are projections of perception. That's aphorism number 6. Number 7, waking state is a particular excitation of consciousness. So right now, what we call waking state, it's the lucid dream in the now, in the eternal now. What we call waking state, it's a particular state of consciousness. Dreams are another frequency, and dreamless sleep is the portal to infinite lokas. So dreamless sleep, where all excitations, all vrittis have died down, is the portal to infinite lokas. Deep sleep, the black hole of consciousness, the event horizon, beyond which access to different lokas. Number 7, aphorism number 7, forgetting your identity as a person is total freedom from fear and separation. Why? Because that which we call a person, Deepak Chopra, is a changing perceptual experience that started as a fertilized ovum, will end as death. Fertilized ovum, zygote, embryo, on and on, baby, toddler, child, teenager, young adult, old adult, death. That's the person, but that person is a process in you, which is awareness. So once you understand your true identity as awareness, you forget your identity as a changing person. What kind of identity is that? It changes every minute. So that's the key. Forgetting your identity as a person is total freedom from fear and separation. Number 8, we are drawn to total freedom, but we also fear it. Why we are drawn to total freedom? Because it's infinite possibilities. Why do we fear it? Because we are used to a little pond. We don't want to see the ocean. You know the story of the frog that lives in a little puddle, and one day a frog from the ocean ends up in the puddle because of a storm. And the little frog in the puddle is showing off. See how big my puddle is, from here to here, from here to here. And the frog from the ocean doesn't know what to say because he can't even comprehend, or he thinks the little frog cannot comprehend what's outside. So freedom is something we totally desire, total freedom. We want to be in the ocean, but we are afraid of leaving the puddle. Number 9, every sentient being is a gigantic mystery. You are a mystery. I am a mystery. A mosquito is a mystery. COVID-19 is a mystery. Fungi are mysteries. Trees are mysteries. Birds are mysteries. Look at dinosaurs. What an amazing organism. Amazing mystery. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. Every sentient being is a gigantic, infinite mystery. Replying to Aurora Carlson, Deepak is online. So maybe Aurora is making a list, or somebody is making a list. 8, I just mentioned, we are drawn to total freedom, but also fear it. And 9 was every sentient being is a gigantic, infinite mystery. Number 10, to jump into the abyss of freedom is the abandonment of the personal self, or at least identifying with the personal self. I'm ready. Okay, ready to let Deepak Chopra go and fulfill his karmic destiny while I stay entrenched, engulfed in total freedom. That was number 11. Number 12, all memories are present moment constructs of present moment experiences. Very important. All memories are present moment constructs of present moment experience. So there's only the present, eternal now. Even memory is now, imagination is now. And if you're fully present now and choose how to respond to now, then memory, imagination, intuition, inspiration, creativity are yours to behold now. Number 13, our internal dialogue projects as the experience of the physical world. Beyond that is the realm of infinity and infinite modes of knowing and experience. So internal dialogue is the conversation you're having with yourself right now. That conversation is called the conceptual mind. It also projects itself as the conceptual body, the body you are right now, the incarnation of the conceptual mind, which then projects as the experience of the world, the conceptual world, not the real world. So watch your internal dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? Are you criticizing, condemning, complaining, playing the victim? Or are you paying attention to what you want, to what's your purpose, to what you're grateful for? Okay, that's number 13. Our internal dialogue projects as the experience of the physical world. Beyond that is the realm of infinity and infinite modes of knowing and experience. Number 14. Everyday perceptual reality numbs us and dampens our connection to source, to our souls. So everyday perceptual reality. It's not the perceptual reality, it's being embedded and thinking you're part of it, if you're a witness to it. So everyday reality is like a changing movie screen, and if you embed yourself, then you're part of the movie, and you're a character in the movie, and you're triggered by every situation, response, and so on. But if you're watching the movie, including yourself in the movie, then you are free. So when we embed ourselves and identify ourselves with perceptual reality, that's when we get numb to our source. 14. There is a seeing beyond perception. There's a seeing beyond perception. So the seer is not the perceiver. Perceiver is the conditioned mind. The seeing is what sees through the conditioned mind into other realms and other possibilities. That's 14. There's a seeing beyond perception. 15. Infinite knowing is available to us in the inner silence beyond our internal dialogue. So that's the purpose of meditation, to slip into the gap between the internal dialogue, but the space between thought, the space between breath, the space between objects, which is perceptual space, is all the same space. Slip into the space. Formless being. 15. That was it. Inner knowing is available to us in the inner silence beyond our internal dialogue. 16. You have access to infinite energy if your awareness is grounded in the infinite. Why not? By the way, I experienced that. When you ask me joyful, energetic body, 10 out of 10, yes. Why? Attention on the infinite, not on the finite. But the finite comes and goes, and you can enjoy it if your attention is on the infinite. Number 17, the objective world of facts is a perceptual activity, a waking state of consciousness. The world appearance is different in different states of consciousness. So what we call objective empirical facts, they are after we've made a story. We've made a story, then we look for facts to substantiate it. Story, Higgs field, let's look for the Higgs boson and let's find it. Theory precedes empirical observation, in science anyway. 17. Now 18, perception does not cause awareness. Perception is awareness, knowing itself as both the biological organism and the world. So perception creates experience, but awareness creates perception. Somebody is asking, do you have any meditations that we can purchase? If so, where? Go to the Chopra app and you'll find meditations, both free and also premium. You can also go to Fitbit and actually find Deepak Chopra mindful method, and you'll get a lot of wonderful bioregulation meditations. Okay, so that was 19, I think, or 18. Perception does not cause awareness. I get confused, so 18, 19 doesn't matter. Perception does not cause awareness. Perception is awareness, knowing itself as both the biological organism and the world. Number 19, awareness is that by knowing which all else is known. Know the highest first. What Jesus called the kingdom of heaven is awareness. Awareness is fundamental. If you know awareness, you know everything, because every experience is an awareness. The more I think of these aphorisms, I think we should do a workshop, and let me know if you like this is a good idea. We can do webinars on each one of these. So we can have 45 webinars at some point. Please let me know. Chopra app. Yes, Chopra app. Reza Khan wants to know Chopra mishaps, maybe. Mishaps are ways to learn. Good point, Reza. Okay. Number 20, you have access to unlimited power if you're willing to detach from your present identity. We mentioned that. Present identity is a species-specific mode of knowing, usually bamboozled by social constructs. If you go beyond that and you detach from it, of course, unlimited power. Don't misuse it, because if you misuse power, you'll be the victim of it too. 21, we are all channels for the spirit. Its gifts include peace, harmony, joy, love, knowledge, and laughter. We are all channels for the spirit. Its gifts include peace, harmony, laughter, knowing, love, and knowledge. That's a workshop. Most humans are unaware of this gift, being bamboozled by self-importance and petty and mundane concerns of the ego personality. And that happens a lot, by the way, on these social networks. Everybody's in an ego war because of self-importance. And so let it go, not important. Perceptual, aphorism number 22. Perceptual activity does not represent the world. It creates the world. So every time you perceive, you're creating, constructing your world. Right now, I'm on the Deepak channel. You're on your own channel, but you're communicating with other people on your own channel, on the Deepak channel. Fascinating, isn't it? So once the channel disappears, the software is still there. So don't be afraid of death. Okay, that was 22. In every act of perception and interpretation, you create the world. 23, everyday reality is virtual reality, and our personal self is a virtual self. Point made. 24, the world is our collective dreamscape. We are fictional characters in a collective dreamscape. What do you think of Illuminati, Freemasons? Yeah, very profound insights. Okay. 26. Almost all anxiety is about not what is wrong, but what could go wrong. Amazing, isn't it? That we spend our time being anxious about what could wrong, but if I asked you what's wrong right now, this very eternal now, obviously nothing. 26. Self-pity and self-importance go together. So next time you're self-important, ask yourself, am I feeling sorry for myself? 27. Every defense contains a hidden apology. Every defense contains a hidden apology. to be defenseless is invincible. Nothing to attack. That's a workshop. 28, that which moves and speaks and breathes in your name is the infinite being. Its faint glimpse is the universal feeling called I am. That's from the Yoga Vaishishta, by the way. And Maharaj talks a lot about this. I am that. That which moves, breathes, and speaks in your name is the infinite. Its faint glimpse is the universal feeling, I am. 29, I am is not subject to birth or death, as it is never personal. It is you, though, manifesting as innumerable personal selves over cycles of time, cosmic time. 30, shift your gaze from an object to the space engulfing it. So right now, shift your space from an object to the space engulfing it, including your body. You will see that form and formlessness go together. You cannot experience one without the other. So without the formless, there's no form. Without the form, there's no formlessness. And we are both. Number 32, form is perceptual activity. Formless is awareness. So formless is awareness. Form is perceptual activity. Number 32. I hope. We can correct this later. Not, what is the book, sir? It's my notes. And the book behind me is Total Meditation, which you might find useful. So let's say the next one is 32. Your personal body-mind as a form is a time-bound activity of timeless, formless, infinite being. Once again, 32, your personal body-mind as a form is a time-bound activity of timeless, formless, infinite being. So some of these are redundant, but they're important. 33, in the simplicity of choiceless, formless awareness lies the delight and aliveness of existence. Once again, in the simplicity of choiceless, formless awareness lies the delight and aliveness of existence. 34, in choiceless awareness are the secrets of intuition, spontaneous right action, and effortless evolution to higher consciousness. 34. 35. Nature self-regulates its existence. Everything in nature self-regulates its existence, including your body, but also the ecosystem. 36. We are engulfed by infinity in all directions. Look around you. Infinity on all sides. 37. Formless infinite space summons us and every object in the universe. Formless infinite space surrounds us and forms us and every object in the universe. The objects are perceptual activities going on and off in the space of non-local infinite consciousness. Workshop by itself. 38, space and awareness and the formless are timeless existence. Space is formless, awareness is formless, and so space and awareness are the timeless existence in which all manifest existence appears and into which it all disappears. And this is happening in a ceaseless play of creative abundance. Right now, the universe is evolving in spaceless, timeless awareness and consciousness and space. 39, intention is the force behind all voluntary actions and muscular movement. Intention, intention, intention. But at a subtle level, however, intention influences autonomic activity in the organs of our body and also modes of knowing and experience and perception. Intention projects the experience of everyday reality. So be careful and choose your intentions very carefully. That was 39. Your intention through Tantra, Yantra, Mantra you can learn to regulate and amplify the self-regulation that's already happening in your body for healing. That's what Yantra, Mantra, Tantra is all about. Intention, the Yantra is the visual, there's breath involved and mantra involved. 40. I am is the infinite, formless, timeless being in which form and phenomena ceaselessly appear and disappear as eternal fluctuations of vrittis of I am, I am. 41. I am is the universe ceaselessly knowing itself as sensations, perceptions, images, feelings, and thoughts. 42. Atoms, force fields, particles are known to us through perceptions and their mental interpretations. The physical world and forces of nature are made of the same stuff, or shall we say, non-stuff, as sensations, perceptions, images, feelings, and thoughts. The Empire State Building and a thought about the Empire State Building both have their source in awareness. Got it? That was 42 or 43. 42, 43, doesn't matter. 44, we ascribe meaning to vibrations and construct the physical world. So what are vibrations? Colors, shapes, forms, sounds, textures, fragrances, smells. They're called qualia, qualities of awareness. Perception is we give meaning to this color. This is a notebook. Meaning to these squiggles. These are notes. So meaning, of course, is given by us. We ascribe meaning to vibrations and construct the physical world. We've said that. And I think one more, 45, prana is the moving vital energy of consciousness. On a mental level, it manifests as the movement of thoughts and images and feelings and emotions. On the physical level, it is the fluctuation of sensations and perceptions that we know as the material world. So this is it. 45 aphorisms for waking up. Now I am going to focus on a few things that I can answer your questions. Maybe no. So let me answer your questions. Alvin, thank you so much, sir. I'm a doctor. Love from India. I want to know what is the basics of healing someone. Is it making someone realize the problems are mere illusions? No. The healing comes from love. When you have empathy with somebody, that's called limbic resonance. When you have compassion, the desire to alleviate suffering, that's called limbic regulation. And the third step is healing. That's called limbic revision, neural networks rewire. Long story, that's the biology of love. So what else is here? Let me look at your questions because I've been speaking for too long and I think I should shut up soon. Okay, most of it I think is you are finding this useful. Somebody is saying 99% of humanity is not insane. Okay, I think right now if you look at the world, it's insane. And that's okay. Like, then if you accept the world is insane, then everything makes sense. If you don't buy into the insanity yourself, then you start to create a new world. And you do that when you hang out with other people who have the same intentions, which for now are, we want to see a world that is more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful for all. No one should be excluded. Okay, so somebody says, Lisa, I wish I saw this from the beginning. It'll be everywhere, okay? It'll be on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram story, whatever they call these wonderful things, these technologies. And somebody said you can't explain the inexplicable. That is actually true. Ultimately, fundamental reality is a deep mystery, right? Existence has no explanation, but existence has a response: gratitude. Be grateful that you exist. Don't take it for granted. And then life becomes amazingly meaningful. Okay, my friends, until next time, goodbye and thank you.